Hi, second graders. Our new math unit is going to be about fractions. And I think you've learned about fractions before. And the word fractions, if somebody breaks their arm, they might say, I fractured my arm, they broke it. But when we're talking about fractions, we have to remember that they are equal parts of the whole. So if you look here, these are divided into two equal parts. We call that halves. When a shape is divided into three equal parts, they are thirds. This is 1/3. This is fourths. How many equal parts here? 6 equal parts. So this is 1/6. This is 1/8. And this is 1/10. Our book today is called Apple Fractions. So it's a little bit about fruit and a lot about fractions. This book is about apples and math. Apples are a fruit that we can eat. They do not grow under rocks. They do not swim in the ocean. They are not made in a factory. Apples grow on trees. And you've been learning about plants. Apples. Thousands of different types of apples are grown around the world. Apples can be red, yellow, green, or some combination of the three colors. Fractions. What is a fraction? A fraction is part of a whole thing. A fraction is shown by placing one number over another number. A line separates the numbers. These are all different fractions. Macintosh. Here is one whole Macintosh apple. This type of apple can be both a drink or a snack. A Macintosh is very juicy, but it is also crunchy and fun to eat. One whole. If you would like to share one apple with someone, what would you do? 2 kids, 1 apple. A solution would be to divide the apple into 2 parts. A stem for one kid and the apple for another kid? No, that's not fair. 1/2. How about a better way? Divide the apple into 2 equal parts. Here is 1/2 of the apple. Here's the other half of the apple. 2 kids, 1 apple, 2 equal halves. Sharing apples and learning fractions is fun. So this is 1 out of 2 equal parts, 1/2. Golden Delicious. This apple is called Golden Delicious. On the outside, it has a thin skin. On the inside, the fruit is soft. What if there were 3 friends who wanted to eat this apple? 3 friends, 1 apple, 3 equal parts. 3/3 is a whole apple. 1/3. Here is 1/3 of the Golden Delicious apple. Not all apples have white fruit. The inside of this apple is light yellow. Here is what is left over from one whole apple after taking 1/3 away. 2/3. 1/3 plus 2/3 equal 3/3. 3/3 is a complete whole apple. Granny Smith. This is a Granny Smith apple. Is it right? Yes. A Granny Smith is green even when it's ripe and ready to pick off the tree. This apple is sometimes hard to chew. It's not sweet. It's even a little bit sour. What if 4 people in a family wanted to eat one Granny Smith apple? The apple would need to be divided into 4 equal parts. Each family member would get 1/4, or 1 out of the 4 equal parts. The top number of the fraction is called the numerator. The numerator of this fraction is 1, 3/4. The bottom number of a fraction is called the denominator. The fraction 3/4 has a numerator of 3 and a denominator of 4. There are 4 equal parts to the apple, but this shows 3 of the 4, 3/4. If we were going to read different fractions, we would read it like this. 1 whole, try this one, 1/2, 1/3, can you do that one? 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, 1/7, 1/8. Now, let's look at our fractions, and take a little bit of a quiz. Let's talk about this. Let's look up here. Now, what would our bottom number be here? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts. So there are 6 equal parts. Now, if I asked you, out of the 6 equal parts, how many were white? What would you say? What's the fraction? That's right. 2/6 are white. Let's go here. How many equal parts? Okay, so our bottom number is going to be 4. There are 4 equal parts. This time, how many are shaded in? 2/4 are shaded in. This one's going to be kind of easy. There are 2 equal parts. 1 is shaded in, so 1/2. Ooh, let's count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 equal parts. So what's my bottom number? 10. Okay, this is a little tricky. How many of the 10 equal parts are shaded in, are just still white? That's right, 4/10. This one is going to show the shading of 1 out of 3 equal parts, so 1/3. Let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My bottom number is 8 because there are 8 equal parts. How many are shaded dark, dark? 2 are shaded dark, so 2/8 are shaded dark. And second graders, you do know about fractions because you've used measuring cups. So here's kind of a fun homework assignment. On a day where it's kind of cold and you can't play outside, take some plastic measuring cups into the bathtub and takes how many thirds, 1/3 have to fill a cup, how many halves, and how many fourths. Have fun with fractions.